Hi, I'm Jen DeTracy, and this is episode 4 of My Messy House, because MS is raw and real. So as you know, if you're following these episodes, the purpose of My Messy House, or the metaphor for it, is that is this part right here. And when you live with MS and fatigue and all the other attributes that go with that, sometimes life can get pretty messy in our heads. In fact, all people, no matter what their circumstances, MS or no MS, all have messiness in this little house, right? They do. So just, my philosophy is that when we as people live with MS, that place can get a little messier sometimes. So we need to do a little house cleaning. And so random thought of the day today is a follow-up on episode number 3, where I talked about how swimming was a place that I go to that takes me away from thinking or connecting myself, Jen DeTracy, and MS, because I forget about it. I'm there, I'm joyous, I'm in the moment, it's pleasurable, and I'm just there with it. And that can be very freeing. And one of the things I noticed just the other day when I was swimming was that in this lake, so I've got my goggles on, and I haven't, the strange thing is I hadn't done this before. I mean, I've been swimming for years. I'm not 15 anymore. And I noticed that I could see the I guess the top of the water. So, kind of the bubbles and the layer. And I just thought that was so cool. And how does this tie into My Messy House? Well, I was reflecting on that while I was swimming, and I was thinking, I'm looking up and I'm below, I'm underneath the water, but I'm just like a little bit underneath it, and how sometimes that can give us a different perspective when we can look at something from a different angle or viewpoint. It often can take away the messiness, or at least put us into a different perspective. And I think it's easy to, they talk, there's studies that have been done that I can't remember the exact percentage, but maybe it's like 80% or more of our thoughts are recycled, over and over and over again. And particularly the ones that we don't even want, that we wish we could flush down the toilet, right? Those are the ones that are like going through our brain over and over and over again. And so when I was looking up at this layer of water, I was just like, wow, this is really interesting. I'm having a totally different experience in this moment, swimming in the lake. And it's fascinating to think I'm underneath it. I was thinking like saran wrap, if you were in a bowl with it and you put the saran wrap on top and the little beads of water are below. We're usually outside, right? We're outside looking in looking at this bowl with the saran wrap. But here I was like underneath it, right? And it was fascinating. And I believe that when we can shift our perspective, just even for a few moments, we can see things through a different lens, and that can be really powerful. And it can take us away in the moment from this messiness that we have in our heads. So I just encourage you to think about a time, or notice even now, just a time moving forward where you have just a slight perspective shift. It can be a snapshot in time moment. And write your comment below about that. And if you haven't subscribed to My Messy House, well, go ahead and do that now. Press that red button and subscribe. And like the video if you like it. Comment. If you don't like it, say so too. The fact is that the reason why I'm creating these videos is because we are better together. And so I'm hoping that as I share these messages with you, that you can have your voice and tell your story about your experiences pertaining to these random thoughts as well. So it's like a collective thing. and share it with a friend. If you know someone that's feeling socially isolated or lonely and is living with MS, this could be a gift that you could be giving them. So that's it for today. I'm Jen DeTracy. This is My Messy House, because MS is raw and real, and I will see you soon.